Swear I'm not making this video to be scary or to scare you, but the truth is, life passes by quickly. Quickly. It's over before we know it, bro. And so if you're not taking your life seriously right now, it's time to start taking it seriously, because it goes by so fast, so too fast, and it's over before we know it. So in this video, I'm gonna break down 5 things that you need to start taking seriously, 5 ways that you can start taking your life seriously. It starts right now, it starts today. People often say time is our most valuable resource. I don't agree with that. I get it, right? Like, time is valuable. At least in my opinion, it's our attention that's our most precious resource. It's where our focus goes. It's not just our time, but it's how we spend it. What are we watching? What are we thinking about? What are we giving energy to? What are we paying attention to? It's time to start taking that part seriously. What are your thoughts though? What do you think is the more valuable resource, time or attention? I want to know what your thoughts are, but to me, it's our attention. And the most important thing that we can work on is our ability to focus. Life can happen to you, or you can decide what happens. You get to decide what happens, or it could just happen to you, right? But if you're not paying attention to where your focus is, where your attention is going, then it's just happening to you. And it might be easy to laugh off or to brush off some of your responsibilities, or maybe like some of the ways that you've fallen short, or some of the ways that you haven't reached goals that you said you had, right? It can be easy to laugh that off. It can be easy to shrug that off. It can be easy to give yourself an out, but that's gonna catch up to you. I'm telling you, it's going to catch up to you. And you don't want to be in your 30s thinking about what you didn't get done in your 20s, and then you don't want to be in your 40s thinking about how you didn't take care of certain business in your 30s, and you don't want to be in your 50s filled with regret thinking about what you didn't do in your 40s, right? So it's like it happens that quickly. I mean, I'm 31 right now, and I can tell you, at least in my opinion, it goes by very, very quickly. And I'm happy to say, that I've taken care of a lot of the things that I needed to in my 20s, right? Spending 8 years in the military, getting a lot of lived experience, right? Getting some skills to understand how to make money online, right? Learning another language, getting married, getting in shape, right? But if you're not looking at what it is that you want to do, the life that you want to live, the life that you want to experience, like putting those goals to the side like it's not a big deal. It's a big deal, because you don't have as much time as you think. Like, you really just don't have as much time as you think. This life goes by fast. What are you paying attention to? Where's all of your focus going? What are you giving it up to? What are you thinking is more important than your life and what you want and how you want to live? I think the thing about taking your life more seriously that seems kind of unappealing, at least it did to me at one point, is thinking that it means you can't have fun, thinking that it means you can't enjoy life, right? People will say, you need to lighten up, you need to enjoy life. But to me, taking your life seriously doesn't mean that. It just means you're living with intention. You don't just wake up and let the day happen to you, because how is your life ever going to get better that way? It means you're living with intention. You're not just for everybody. You're not just doing anything. You're not just giving your attention to anything and everything. It means living with intention. That's not to say you can't enjoy life, you can't enjoy trips, you can't enjoy experiences, certain foods, right? Like, whatever it is, whatever you're thinking that you would have to miss out on if you started taking your life more seriously, it doesn't mean that. You can still enjoy life, but to me, life is better enjoyed when It's a life of my design when I'm creating it, when I'm deciding what's going to happen next, when I'm deciding, who I'm going to be every day, when I decide how I want to feel, and then taking the actions that I need to take so that I can feel that way. To me, that's a life better lived. That's more enjoyable because I've lived on the other side, right? I've lived on the other side of overindulgence. I've lived on the other side of not being disciplined. I've lived on the other side of being overweight because I just ate whatever I felt like eating all the time, right? I've lived on the other side of not being responsible with my money and making $10,000, $20,000 in a month and having nothing to show for it. Just letting life happen to me. I've been on that side, bro. It's not very enjoyable. Again, I'm saying when you take your life seriously, you can still enjoy things. But where do you draw the line? That's what you have to figure out. You have to start being more serious about you. That's really all I'm saying. So let's look at 5 things that I would highly recommend you start doing. I highly recommend you consider, at least, to start taking your life more seriously. So the first thing that you want to do is you just want to audit yourself and audit your life. Take a hard, honest look at your life and ask yourself, are you happy with the direction that it's going? If nothing were to change for the next 5 to 10 years about you and your life, are you happy with where it's going? Just take a hard look, a hard audit at what it is that you value, what's important to you, what matters to you. Audit these things and see, right? Is that where your attention is going? Is that what you've been paying attention to? If 5 to 10 years from now, you want to be someone who's making 2, 3, 4, 5 times more money than you are right now, is that what you're paying attention to? Are you spending time reading, self-educating, in courses, finding mentors, people who can help you do that? Right? Or are you just doing what's fun? That's what you have to look at. You have to audit, what do you value at the end of the day? How are you spending your focus, your time, and your attention? And is it in alignment with where you wish to see yourself in the future? So that's step number 1. Number 2, we have to cut out distractions, right? We have to look at where our focus is going, where our attention is going, and make sure it's in alignment with what we said we value, right? With what we said our priorities are. That's number 2. Similar to energy, right? We only have so much attention that we can give in a day. We only have so much focus that we can give. So what's taking your focus? What are you focusing on that isn't ultimately going to push your life where you want it, bro? I'm just trying to say, you gotta be serious. You gotta start taking it seriously. It's time to cut out whatever is not in alignment with what it is that you value. It's time to eliminate the distractions. It's time to eliminate the things that you give your focus to that aren't serving you. So several times a day, this is what's helped me. Several times a day, just asking myself, where's my focus right now? Where is my focus right now? What am I focusing on right now? Where is the flashlight of my attention? What is it shining on right now? And taking back control. I'm doing that several times a day until you are someone who more or less is purpose driven, who is on their purpose, who is focused on what's really important to them and what they value. Right? But first you have to know what your priorities are. First you have to know what it is that you value. And then from there, you start eliminating what's not in alignment. You stop paying attention to what's not in alignment. You stop entertaining thoughts, habits, actions, decisions that aren't in alignment with your priorities. The third thing is set some goals. Set some goals, but don't just set any goal that sounds good. Or that would be nice if, or that sounds cool. Because the truth is, you got to set a goal that makes you feel a certain type of way. And goals that aren't in alignment with who you really are and what you really want don't motivate you, they don't energize you, they don't excite you, right? So that means you have to be radically honest. You got to be brutally honest with what it is that you want and set some goals around that, right? And if it starts to give you that tingly feeling in your stomach, right, them butterflies, those goosebumps, gives you the chills, right, it starts to energize you. Now you're starting to make goals that are in alignment. Now you're starting to make goals that, that actually matter to you, because you don't want to set goals that don't matter to you. And a lot of people do this, right? Or they don't get clear on why that goal matters to them. And so they might take action one day or 2 days, but they don't see it through. They don't reach their goals because they're not the goals that are right for them, that don't matter to them, that aren't in alignment with their values and what they want. They just picked a goal that sounded good, right? A hand-me-down goal that someone else has, but it's got to be true to you. Take your life seriously by setting goals that are authentic to you. And part B to this is, once you have those goals, detach from the outcome. Don't worry about how long it takes. Stop being focused on the outcome. Stop being focused on the end result. Once you got that part figured out, start to lock in and focus on the process and set goals around the process, the daily action. Remember, this is your life, bro, so this is a lifelong process. We can't expect everything to change overnight. We can't expect, instant success. There's no such thing as an overnight success or an instant success, but that doesn't mean that we can't go big. But number 4 here that I want to have you consider is, start small, but make your commitment big, right? So start small, but commit in a big way. Commit in a major way. Go big, right? Like, think about committing to the process for life, and start small, start simple, but make your commitment so big that it inspires you. The 5th and final piece of taking your life seriously is becoming non-negotiable with some habits. Non-negotiable, meaning it doesn't matter what's happening, doesn't matter the circumstance, doesn't matter the condition, you don't miss. And the reason it's non-negotiable is because your life, the life that you want and who you want to be, is non-negotiable. So those non-negotiable habits: how you work out, what time you wake up, reading every day, drinking more water, like the basics. Get the basics down and make those basics non-negotiable. The way that I was able to learn one of the world's most difficult languages is because I was non-negotiable in my study habits, right? Friday nights I studied, I didn't party. Saturday mornings I got up early, right? I ate breakfast, I trained hard at the gym, and then I went to the library and studied. I think about how when I transitioned out of the military and I became successful in my online business, right? Successful by my terms, right? Money that was life-changing for me, that gave me freedom and flexibility. It's because I was non-negotiable with the actions that I had to take. I knew what it took, right? I had the right blueprint, and I just took action every single day. I became non-negotiable about, what do I need to do to get to that next point, right? So you have to take your life seriously, and this is the only thing that's going to change your life, is if you get serious about it, if you start paying attention, right? If you reclaim your focus, take control of your mind, take control of your thoughts, and start paying attention to what really matters. Right, so these are the 5 things, and this is the wake-up call to start being serious about you. And you can't expect anyone else to take you seriously if you don't take you seriously. You can't expect anyone else to be invested in you if you're not invested in you. I don't know why we think anyone else should care more about us than we care about ourselves and our goals and our vision. And the thing is, it's your life. It's your life. Stop letting it pass you by. Stop letting it happen to you. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe if you want to. If you're taking your life seriously, if you're on the path of becoming better, I'd love to lock in with you. My name is Sid Scott. Thanks for watching another video.